man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, we're going to talk about Castaño's, Lara, and Jermell Charlo in a minute, but let's talk about the status of Terence Crawford taking the $10 million from Manny Pacquiao. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Best way to donate to the channel is share the video, but if you want to make a financial donation, Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate everybody that donate, man. And but yeah, I heard that obviously we know that Manny Pacquiao, the word on the street is he offering Terence Crawford a 40-10. All right, he get 40, Crawford get 10 million. And a lot of people go back to when Crawford said that, hey man, I'm not taking less than 50-50 versus Manny Pacquiao or Errol Spence. My memory serves me correctly, but I'm hearing that that he willing to take the 10. Versus Manny Pacquiao. So, I mean, that's probably going to be more than he ever made. 10 is 10. You know, Manny Pacquiao is a legend. But he ain't giving too many discounts as well, too. And we'll get to the other people that he possibly could fight. But, yeah, it's a good fight. I think it's a winnable fight for both fighters. Obviously, we've seen what Crawford did to the guy who beat Manny Pacquiao and Jeff Horn. But then again, Jeff Horn took a lot of punishment versus Manny Pacquiao, and you question, could Crawford take that punishment? But Crawford fighting that style, because if he get behind, he gonna have to fight in that style like Jeff Horn or Keith Thurman had to fight, where you gotta close the gap. He shows the ability to close the gap. But my question is, will he make the same mistake that Keith Thurman did? Will he come out and do what Floyd and do with Shane? And even though Shane Mosley lost, will he come out and box? You know what I'm saying? And use the ring and force Pacquiao to come get him? If he used the ring, he gonna obliterate Manny Pacquiao. He gonna outbox him. And the question is, down the stretch, does he close the show? And versus a guy like Manny Pacquiao, you always gotta close the show. That's the question, because he should go out there and do like he did versus Victor Postal, box. Pacquiao can't cut off the ring, and then close the show though. So I mean, it ain't hard to gauge his speed and power like he used to. I think Keith Thurman really came out there believing that he can get the knockout, and then that's what kind of threw Keith Thurman off. All right, he thought he could go out there and get that knockout, and it didn't happen. So, I think that kind of threw him off. I think if Keith Thurman would have boxed, he would have had a better chance to beating Pacquiao. But, I mean, that's good, but Crawford got to understand, like, somewhere it's got to be some give and take. For him, it's got to be give to get into the PBC, race. So if you go out there and beat Manny Pacquiao, that's going to put the public pressure on people to force Errol Spence to get in the ring with him. And that's just what it is, in my opinion. And that, to get in that sweepstakes, he got to give some things. He more in a position where he got to give, and if he got to give up, $30+ million to fight Manny Pacquiao, that's what it's gonna be. If he got to give something to fight Errol Spence, that's what it's gonna be. Errol about to get 3 belts. If he fight Ugas, and I heard day talks is pretty much in the preliminary stage, he got to fight Ugas, and he get 3 belts. I mean, what better of the trump card than you fight Manny Pacquiao? Even though Pacquiao gave up his belt, which is unfortunate because he could have had half the division, but hey, it is what it is. He getting the fight that everybody chasing, from Ugas to Sean Porter to Errol Spence. So, why not go ahead and, make shit shake? But to me, it's a good fight. It's a fight that, I would advise him just to outbox, use his footwork, use his slickness, and then close it out towards the end. I wouldn't advise him to do to Keith Thurman, get into a firefight, get dropped, and get behind, and Pacquiao just be hitting your gloves and arm, and they give him the fight. Now go out there, box him, then close the show and make sure they don't take it from you. But I heard that Manny Pacquiao wanted $35 million to fight Ryan Garcia, and he wanted $35 million to fight Mikey Garcia. So he wanted $35 million to fight Mikey and Ryan Garcia, and basically his price is going up. So is he in the $35 or $40 million range to fight Errol Spence? I'm not sure, but basically he won 35 to fight Mike. We already knew about the Ryan, and my thing is, hey, it is what it is. That's his price. Basically he got $20 million to fight Bronner, $20 million to fight Keith Thurman. So I guess he want to go up now. Now in a pandemic, now you want $35 million. That's gonna be tough. So I guess that's why they ain't announced nothing on the Mikey or the Ryan Garcia situation, but they had to go to a foreign country because even with capacity crowds in Vegas or Texas, that fight ain't gonna do enough money to pay him 35 and pay Mikey whatever he looking for. So Pacquiao looking to cash out since ain't no more Conor McGregor fight. He looking to get his money and probably get out in the next fight. But I really don't care. If he fight Bud, I push for that fight. But the other fights, other than Errol, I really don't care. But that's a lot of money to be asking for, man, in the pandemic. And I don't know. I think he gonna just take the most money he can get for the risk. So he want $5 less to fight Ryan and Mikey. So I don't know, man. But I did hear, man, we can switch lanes. I did hear that Brian Carlos Castaño was pushing for the Jermell Charlo fight. But first, I heard that Arizona Lara ducked the rematch. So they, basically Castaños was willing to rematch Arizona Lara, and he said fuck it, they don't want to fight. So Lara turned down the rematch. So I mean, that's why the rematch didn't happen. So I don't know if Lara really got high enough ranked in the WBO with his name and being with PBC, because it was kind of murky if Castaños was with PBC. If he would have got that fight, but Lara ducked him. I'm not really surprised at it. Lara always talking about people ducking him and not wanting to fight his Cuban style, but I mean, it is what it is. So he ducked him so we could watch him fight that boring ass fight on Fox. Wow, amazing. But Castaños want to go right for Jermell Charlo, which would be a good fight. Should be a marvelous fight. And I don't think Castaños got enough power to really get Mill attention, unless he just he got the right style, the pressure to keep Mill on the back foot, Mill moving back against his will. He ain't that good. He ain't that functional. So if Castaños can stay on top of him and get respect, and if he could take the shot, I think if he could take the shot, I think that says more than punching. I think he stay on top of Charlo, pressure him, and he could take the shot. I think it's gonna be a good fight, but it's not a fight that I'm saying, I'm looking forward to. It's one of the best fights in boxing. I care less. It's a good fight. It's undisputed, but it's probably the most competitive division. But I'm not gonna pay for it, and I really don't. I really just don't have an itch for it. I think, Castaños and Charlo are good fighters, but I ain't like, no Jodeci Crawford type shit. I just, it just ain't appealing to me, bro. Like, that's a good fight, but I'm just not hyped about it. So, but both are good fighters. But I already know the winner. I know Jermell gonna win. Castaños, he a little bit too small. 5'7". I know Charlo gonna win. It depends how much, Castaños can take. If Castaños can take a lot of beating, might go a while, but I already know the end into it. Jermell just got enough to win that division. Enough, chin. You look at the guys in that division, man. Let's pull up the rankings, man. Pull up the guys in that division. You pull up Erickson Lubin, he already beat him, chin. Tony Harrison beat him, chin. Rosario, chin. J-Rock, chin. Jared Hurd, he learned how to box, but he might be the only one that can take the punishment to a certain extent. Findora, Young, Vargas, no chance. Adames already got beat. Conwell, he coming up. Jamonte Clark, he had a questionable fight with questionable decision with Rosario. Tim Nizu, too young. Jack Cole, Clark get his ass whooped. So to me, it's a division. Teixeira got beat. It's a division that it's competitive. They fight each other because it ain't a money division, but something always wrong with somebody. Jermell just got enough, chin, stamina, strength. If he was in the division like below, somebody would beat him. But he not. We living in here. I think if he go to 160, he gonna be effective too, because ain't nobody really there no more. So I mean, with Lara, I'm not really surprised. These dudes that claim they being ducked, they usually the ones doing the ducking. So I wasn't surprised about Lara at all. But it would have been a good fight. But maybe if Lara would have beat him, he would have got a shot in the WBO. But I mean, Jared Hurd ranked pretty high in the WBO too, so maybe he coming. But hey, it is what it is. We'll see, pretty much where they go. But Castaños and Charlo, unless some injury or something happen, for sure that's gonna happen. And Manny Pacquiao looking for one big cash out. I think with Conor McGregor leaving, that kind of messed him up, man. So I mean, now he got, he ain't gonna get that money he's looking for, unless they get it from a Middle Eastern country or somebody put a huge site fee up, and I don't see that happening in the pandemic. But I mean, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about Errol Spence and Pacquiao and the Mikey and the Ryan Price. What you think about Brian Castaño ducking Lara, and if you think about Castaño and Charlo probably gonna happen really soon. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All our social media links are in the description. Fastest way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. Also got a Facebook group. All our social media links in the description. You want to make a financial donation, Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate, share video. Appreciate the love, support. You know what the business is. One time for the one time we go.
Belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking at
right?
him. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.